Hi, we're here at DTW Ignite TM Forum's event for the telco industry, where all the telco industry and everyone related to it comes together to talk about data, analytics, and of course, AI. I'm joined here today by Cloudera colleagues Brendan and Jay, as well as customer Hamza from Zain. My name is Wim Stope, Senior Director of Product Marketing for Cloudera. So let's jump straight into it. And Brendan, let me start with a question for you. Now, when we talk to the telco industry and all of our customers and prospects and partners here, what are some of the primary business drivers that they are concerned with and that come up time and again in the conversations that we have with them?
I think that's a great question, Wim. I'd say the number one kind of point has to be exceptional customer experience, okay? Because it just costs so much more to acquire a new customer than to retain an existing one. They got to focus on that. Second was all about cost. How do I reduce operating overheads? How do I optimize those costs? And of course, it's all about revenue. Can I find new revenue streams? Can I find new business things to monetize? And that basically drives the top line.
And in order to do that, of course, to go through this digital transformation, data is obviously critical. In the telco industry, you've got more data than they know what to do with. But even though they have so much data, what is limiting telcos of taking true advantage from that data that they have?
So that's a great question, Wim. So the old adage of volume, velocity, and variety still hold, but it's even put on steroids. So, for example, in North America, we have a customer that ingests more than 6 petabytes of data every single day, and that's unbelievable. From a network point of view, the drivers behind it are like the adoption of 5G and autonomous networks. It's no, with this level of autonomy required, which is the theme for the show this year, okay, you can't have humans in the loop, okay? It's got to be automated and it's got to be autonomous, and that's a huge theme. And of course, it's all down to driving customer experience, okay? So when you look at the other kind of element of 5G, quality of service, data has to drive that in a consistent way.
So that no doubt means that organizations will have to rethink that data architecture. What do you think is the best advice that we can give those organizations?
Well, Cloudera has been participating in TM Forum for a number of years now. And one way we saw we could add value was in the architectural manner. And we've joined with peers and partners in there, such as Nokia and Ericsson. And we released a new modern data architecture framework. And that was done in February this year. So across there, we offer advice to telcos from an operations point of view, from a customer experience point of view, from a customer support point of view. We break that out into a number of subsections, so they've got something tangible to work with. Give you a flavor for that would be, what are you going to do in a hybrid manner? So that's data centers, it's cloud, it's on the edge. It is the variety of data coming in. You have to have streaming, be able to ingest it and process it at light speed. You got to have open standards. How can you have interoperability unless you've open standards so you can plug and play and future-proof the organization and the architectures? And of course, the ubiquitous conversation I think you're going to pick up with Jay in a moment is all about having that AI ready, okay? You can't build AI without a solid data framework, and that's what we've done for the TM Forum.
Excellent. Thank you, Brendan. Jay, let's move to you. Now, we can't move for hearing about AI in all of the sessions that we have here. And we just heard how the focus on improving customer experience as well as operational efficiency is going to be driven by AI. Now, telco industry is also an industry that deals with lots of sensitive data, location data, call data. We hear the term private AI. What does private AI mean, and why is it so important for the telco industry?
No, that's a very pertinent question, Wim. So private AI, first, to define what it means, especially in the context of telecom, it means the ability for enterprises to effectively deploy AI models in the comfort of their own data centers in the edge. That's what it ultimately means. Now, why customers would want to do that is simply because of two kinds of dimensions. One dimension is around the macro pressures that they face in terms of ensuring that they are abiding by the regulatory standards, depending on the jurisdiction within which they operate. The second one is around the micro competitive advantages that they want to drive internally, right? Customers want to ensure that they are able to deploy, fine-tune models within the comfort of their own data centers, which gives them the competitive advantage, which public cloud providers and vanilla services offered by some of the hyperscalers won't be able to provide. So having a residual or a prominent footprint even on the private cloud infrastructure is quite important for telcos as they look for new use cases to onboard.
So what do you see then as some of the key use cases that are going to drive value through private AI in the telco industry? And how do you see that today, and how do you expect that to evolve?
Yeah, so obviously you have the usual suspects, Wim, right? So you have the autonomous network optimization, which is a classic use case, which a lot of our customers have deployed on Cloudera. And then the second one is around customer personalization, which Brendan referred to earlier in his answer, right? Which is having the ability to have a 360-degree view of the customer. And a lot of our customers, interestingly, are also leveraging graph databases, essentially on private cloud, right? So we have strong partnerships within Cloudera, which allows customers to understand the different points that they need to sort of factor in to build a 360-degree profile of a customer on which to base the personalization on, right? So that's a quite important use case that we keep seeing coming time and again. The third one is around fraud, right? Which is, again, a classic use case, which we have seen a lot of telcos adopt, right? So across the three dimensions of revenue, cost, and risk, right? These are the three use cases that we see telcos normally adopt. Now, looking forward, it's an age of AI, right, Wim? So effectively, we are looking at a lot of, unlocking a lot of these use cases for customers who want to deploy LLM-driven OSS, BSS automation across the network and outside the network. So that's the classic use case that we are seeing, effectively, that telcos are adopting. Apart from that, there is a lot of multi-agent workflows, which simplifies operational dynamics within telco operations that we are seeing telcos adopt as well.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that. Hamza, we come to you. You represent Zain KSA. Can you tell us a little bit more about Zain as an organization? Because it's larger than just in KSA, right?
Yes, Zain as a group, it's available in different countries. We have it in Jordan, Bahrain, Saudi, Kuwait, the headquarters, in addition to Sudan, South Sudan and Sudan, Oman, a part of it. So it's considered as a big group. This will drive an opportunity for everyone to learn from each one, because as you know, the experience is different, market is different. Now, how market is advanced compared with the others, then you give an opportunity to each one of the opcos to learn from the experience that happened with that opco. In Saudi Arabia, because we are at the edge of each new technology, new services, so we were having kind of good experience as a starting point when it comes to new technologies and new services, from both aspects, commercial point of view and operational point of view. I will comment on the AI part that we mentioned. We usually, if you will handle the AI as a waterfall project with a blueprint, design, and deliverables, and that's it, this will fail. Usually the AI is a journey. Need to start and to be treated with a partner as if we are starting a journey together. We are building something together, along with the use cases that can be built and adapt in every month, I would call, not yearly. One of the experience that we had before, like 3 years back, we built a solid use cases to be delivered. And while we are initiating the data engineering and data sets for that use cases, after 2 years, we found that there are another 2 or 3 use cases which more attractive and can drive more revenue and can enhance the operational efficiency, I will call it, from that aspects. So then we realize that it is a journey. At the end of the day, you need to have 3 aspects and to take care of 3 aspects when you look to the one. You need to have a very powerful data platform that able to transfer the unstructured data to structured data and to treat the data based on their nature. If it's a real-time, non-real-time, critical to have or no, based on the use cases that you're going to build. What kind of, with the open API platform that can talk with any nodes that you have. At the end of the day, all this data need to be translated to commercially to the 3 aspects. How to care give a good care for my customer, for the customer experience aspect. Second, how I can cross-sell and upsell. This is a commercial thinking to bring more value. Third, where I can have my gaps and work on it in real time or non-real time, depends on each use case. One of the examples that we are proud in Zain KSA that we did it in the last Hajj, we managed to control the traffic, to monitor the traffic second by second, to take an actions. And as you know, the number of Hajj pilgrims is 1.6, 1.7 million in a small area that need to be managed. And if any issue happened, need to act accordingly in minutes to avoid losing opportunities or traffic. This kind of use cases that build to us an understanding that we need to handle the AI as a journey. We need to cooperate with a one partner to build that journey, keeping in mind the very important aspect, which is the revenue. At the end of the day, you need to look how much you save and how much you gain. So the journey need to take into consideration, in my view, a modular approach. You need to build the base. This is no doubt. I think all agreeing that this data set need to be built in a way that we can get benefits of it. However, this data set cannot be paid or cannot be implemented fully without having a small micro use cases that can generate revenue while you are building, because you are investing at the end. This big data, it's a big investment on the AI. You need to have all the data. Then we go with the approach, which I think it will be flying, inshallah, because it's in the middle of the journey. We are still not there yet. The modular approach that I will prepare certain set of use case, certain set of data that can fulfill certain use cases. It's either operational efficiency or revenue growth. Example for that, the agent, AI agent, the customer value management to upsell and cross-sell with the next best action, with the real-time data configuration, churn prediction model that can have and cooperate with both aspects, which is the machine learning and the fast action. In case you know that this customer is a churner, you need to react. It's either to give them an offer, retention, or enhance the network experience there. Depends on the situation. So I will be back to the same point that raised from the 360 view. For us is the key factor for any use case if you want to do cross-selling, upselling, or enhancing the experience. And I will emphasize on one point, very important. There is nothing in telecom operator. Every telecom operator needs to correlate between enhancing the experience and the churn and the revenue. At the end of the day, I will enhance the experience. It's either the customer will stay with me more, so more lifetime value, I will generate more money, or I will be able to upsell and cross-sell another services for the same customer. At the end of the day, the key orchestrator here is how you can do the direct correlation, and this is the role of the AI and machine learning, between enhancing the experience with the cross-selling, upselling, and lifetime value.
So that's tremendous experience and a tremendous approach that you have in Zain KSA. But with so many different opcos in so many different countries, I imagine that the level of maturity and knowledge is not the same across all of them. How do you make sure within Zain that you share that experience to help others that are not so mature and bring everyone up to a higher level?
We have in Zain, our Zain group, they have their technical team and data officers that they keep making sure that we are all aligned. We have some forum and summits like what we did in Jordan with the Cloudera and Zain Tech. This one was amazing. If you see that we have all opcos together, sitting, sharing experience. And when we talk with each other, we found that almost we reached to a point that we have a common issues. Everyone know about it. And everyone take another aspect or another way of solving it. So we start we did at that time with the support from Cloudera, everyone building a model from his side based on his experience. It was really amazing because when we sat with each other, I think we sat at that time, me and representing Zain Saudi with Zain Saudi, Zain Jordan. There was one people from Iraq, Zain South Sudan, Omantel, a lot of operators together, Zain Kuwait, and we were having this amazing experience that causing us, once I reach home, start building things. Yes, this problem can be sorted out by this and this and this, instead of doing what we used to do. The good thing is, I will call it, even if you see the problem as too much complicated, there is one story I will keep saying, that if you look at it as a simple issue and get sorted out one by one, you will reach at the end to sort it out fully, which happened with us in this forum that we did together. To be frank, we build on it. We capitalize on it. In KSA now we are in an active transaction with the Cloudera directly to build the suitable way or the suitable solution that can suit us in when it comes to a data lake and data services.
What's next for Zain and Zain KSA?
In my view, what's next for all operators today is the AI need to drive a major factor and need to be the orchestrator from journey perspective for every department inside each operator if he gonna sustain. Today, we have a real challenge when it comes to a cost, when it comes to EBITDA, when it comes to the value that we can get, when it comes to the market competition. So if you want to correlate all those things, the three factors are key, is the operational efficiency, is agentic AI. We need to go for it as a future, and it's not a faraway future. I will not, maybe 2 years back, we were talking about this. It's a theory. It's something in the lab. No, today we can sense it. We see it really with multiple use cases today. It's implemented in the market, showing a very promising results. As I mentioned, if you compare this year, how many resources we need to manage the traffic that come to Hajj period, compared with last year and year before, you will see that it is in a way, it's an AI and it is implemented in a way, need to be enhanced, enriched more and more, need to be, you look on it in global helicopter view, then to see every department in each company need to work, what's the best way to do the AI with the machine learning to reach to the optimum solution. Again, sometimes, as I mentioned, a lot of challenges will come in the middle. One of them is the cost. One of them is how to treat such kind of huge data. Here it comes to also you need to embed or have an AI inside this also to realize what's data at that important at that time and what's data after 1 hour, it will not be that important for us. So you need to run the concept of fire and forget or keep, how to build the logic, how to move to a structured data that can be light and can be used off the shelf instead of having that much non-structured data that will cost you a lot in terms of storing and processing.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Exciting prospects. Thank you, Hamza, Brendan, and Jay, for your insights. Thank you very much. See you again soon.